Happy, 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 happy. Happy, 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 happy. Let us put our hands together for the all creation. By Mary's grace, today is Thursday. Mary was holiest day in creation. On the 20th day of March 2025, we are here in Sacred Marriage's village, precisely the Hall of Grace, with the God of creation and the gentle man of praise on this wonderful day to have a praise chat with the God of all creation on the matters affecting human being and the entire world. By Mary's grace, before we proceed, we beg the God of creation and dear Father Sacred Marriage to bless the entire creation.
Blessings to everyone. The grace of God, we assemble here this very beautiful day to thank Maharaj for everything. Thank you, just what we need. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving us this life. We go with this breath, good environment, no war area, enough food coming left and right, and leaders sharing thoughts together to make sure that this very beautiful, blessed country will be able to take care of human and the material resources we have to play that big role that we used to play in the days of old, to help humanity always whenever things go upside down, like what we are seeing now. So that together in this press conference, the thoughts we share will be, able to touch the hearts of our leaders, our fathers and mothers, so that together we live in a peaceful coexistence, free from all perils and dangers. So blessings to everyone.
And has given us this morning. Before we proceed, we beg the grace of Maharaj to hand over the mic to the press man to properly press chat begins.
It's a very wonderful day. It's still morning here, and with this chat with Sir Guru Maharaj, it's good to have you again after over a year now. Yeah, good to see you, and you're looking radiant. The last time we saw, it was ahead of the elections, 2023 elections, and then the elections have come and gone. There's governance now, and many people in the country seem not to be happy with the situation of things in the country. There's hardship in the land. There's economic downturn. People can't find food to eat like they used to before. And I know President Bola Tinubu is your man. How do I know he's your man?
Yes.
Okay, because El-Rufai insulted him recently, and you came out and said El-Rufai should apologize for insulting the president. But before we get to that, let's look at the state of the country. Are you happy with the way things are going on right now in Nigeria?
I wouldn't say I'm happy or not happy, because I am at the helm of affairs, at least spiritually, to make sure that the human being is driven to a point of enjoying himself. Yes, the coming of the new government, yes, has been a kind of blessing. If you can go back to the last 20 years, it has been what we call stillocracy. Yes, stillocracy in the sense that the whole interpretation of the Constitution have been juxtaposition, turned round. Yes, whereby some people are giving immunity to take anything they want to take. They break the laws. They do everything. And in a situation like that, where democracy is government by the people, for the people, ruled by the people, does not mean that all the profits must be carried by one person. And so that freedom is not controlled because the presidential system of the executive, legislature, and the judiciary has not been allowed to work. Even though the fashion that, okay, Southerner will be president for 8 years, Northerner 8 years, we have found out that in the last 20 years, the whole system has been dominated by the Northerners. Thereby, law and order has not been okay. And so all of us are gradually becoming almajiris. And so if you say nothing is working out, it's the fruits of what we have laid down in terms of what we have used to water the governments. So the fruits we are seeing now are not enough. Why? Because of stellocratic kind of way, where everybody will steal and steal. You go to court, the case is left lying low, and if possible, they will tell you, okay, join our party and then we pardon you. Shouldn't be the norm. So there's lots of governance now. And so whoever is not happy cannot be the rulers. It's the ruled who must not sell their rights anymore. Imagine me at the time of election being given a kilogram of rice, 100,000, 20,000, and this person is voted in. It means that I've sold my right. If I demand that no, I want to vote who I feel will come there to do it, there's a difference. So today, if we say things are not working, it's the masses we have to blame for not standing for their right.
For not standing for a right. But you talked about the Almajiri system. You see, Nigeria is more Almajiriarized now than before. You see many people, even in corporate dresses, begging just to find something to eat. And you say you still blame the people. The people can't fix the system. Some people are put at the helms of affairs to fix the system. What is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing that he's not getting right at this time?
Many arrangements on ground. One thing that I will commend him, and I always commend him, even till the day after forever, is the establishment of the Southeast Development Commission. It has neutralized the incubus or the hatred between Nigerians and the Igbo man. I've been fighting for it, and I know that we will overcome. Southeast Commission, then the Education Fund, allowing every Nigerian education. Because if you look at what is happening, education is okay, but education without the hoe and cutlass is meaningless. Hoe and cutlass mean when you are going to nature, you have to be honest, you have to be straightforward, you have to be honest. So Mr. President needs to actually face the situation with, what we call Muhammad Ali kind of punches. Yes, by making sure that all those who are involved in governance in the last 20 years is able to call them, yes, to actually explain the source of their wealth. Because they are Nigerians, we are all Nigerians. If the Americans fought, Europeans fought, we cannot toe that line. We have enough, and we are for Nigerians. I am a Nigerian, I was born here, I left here, I didn't migrate here. So he needs to call them, sit down, look, this is the program going on. We have borrowed enough. Now, what can you offer? Whether it's 50%, 10%, salaries of the legislators. I mean, the members of the House of Assembly, it's rather too much. Oh yes, MDs, they are carrying millions home. Directors. But it's like, I'm glad that now every Nigerian knows that for me to have a road, our actions must be accounted for. Like this internal revenue generation. Yes, that one. Everybody now must pay tax. So if you say, what is it that President Tinubu hasn't done? He needs to hold them accountable. He needs to give them a time that, look, Nigeria needs your help. Within 6 months, the banks are our own. He has the right to fix people in the banks and get whatever. If you say whistleblower, that one is still not all that effective. It was not done like that in America, in Europe, even Russia, where today people are saying that, okay, they are nearer God among the whites. So all the president needs to do is everybody should account for what he has or she has done with NEPA, electricity, budgetary allocations, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Farmers Ministry, and all that. I believe when it starts and put a kind of a judicial commission of inquiry, let them settle themselves. Then they stop hitting the polity. Yes, they will be able to know what to do, where to go and not to go. But if we allow them out there talking, because they have enough, and they are living a life of, okay, free this, free that, and freedom, if it's not controlled, it will be disastrous. And that is what we are seeing now. So he needs to hold them. The law is there. Nobody is above the law. So that as president, he is no longer president of Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, or APC. He's a president now. He is seeing it. He's feeling it. There are information coming here and there from all over the world. He has to use it to be able to meet up the demands of the current changes taking place.
All right. You've talked about some of the things Mr. President should fix, and some of the things that Nigerians also should be held culpable for. However, we've been seeing some distractions so far in governance, from the Emefiele era to the Yaya Bello saga, and now what we are facing in Nigeria, the most recent and most current, which is the crux of this discussion today, is the River State Rofo, as according to the Fela slogan. It says it's the Rofo fight in River State between a former governor who is the FCT minister and then the present governor who has now been suspended by Mr. President, and now a state of emergency has been created in River State. Now, the fight between Wike and Fubara, let's establish things first. Now, Mr. President during his speech said, we know the matter, the problem. There's a matter. He kept on hammering on the matter. What is this matter that Nigerians don't know about? As a living perfect master, you should be able to tell Nigerians what this matter is and how to fix in the matter, because the matter has now been fixed politically. Some have said the political solution right now seem to go against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The president suspending a governor. Section 188 of the Constitution also says that it is only by impeachment that the governor can be removed from office. Does the president have the right to remove or suspend a governor, thereby creating a state of emergency in River State?
Nigeria has been practicing its own way of democracy. And democracy is different from country to country. American democracy is different from the British, the German, and so on and so forth. But from the look of things, we are all part of this Nigerian political operation. And I will tell you one thing. that looking at what is going on here, if we get rid of emotions and sentiments, the Constitution is there. And here we are. I, as a former governor, yet to go out, now picks on somebody. And this person actually was being opposed by everybody. Eventually agree and he gets there. And that is it. There's a government. And I know that if you look at what actually happened in the last few months after the elections, gubernatorial elections, you know, everybody was surprised how Governor Makinde and Governor Wike had to support President Tinubu to win. And so, you know, the political gladiators who even were not willing to allow the South to mount the presidency just got into Fubara, Governor Fubara. And that's why he started saying so many things. That I'm being asked to do this, to do that. What has that got to do? The power is with you, you can act whichever way you want, you will account for it. And so be it. And so when he got to a point where the House Assembly was burnt down, and then the others two opposed and defected, and he tried to use 3 members of the House of Assembly to govern, that is really unconstitutional. That is wrong. But let it be that even when that was done, there were other constitutional means, ways of resolving the situation because we are Nigerians. Look, when Murtala Mohammed was killed, they brought in Musa Yar'Adua, a junior officer, to balance the equation. So that, okay, the North, the South, the West are represented. The same way what was happening. And it did not stop there, right? Threat to the state, the whole river state, we find it very difficult because one, instead of getting to work, do what is right, what one is expected to do, it became on propaganda, kind of propaganda thing. And for me, I did not see what Wike has done now, because he did not hold him to say, don't govern, you have the power. And so, gradually, I got to a point now, they say, okay, those who defected went to court. And eventually, they were released, they were freed. Now, Papa Tinubu interpreted, and so they withdraw some of the cases. And eventually, what happened? Right, it was the Supreme Court to decide. Now, and if you go through the judgment, it tells you that law and order has broken down in rivers.
What caused it? You know,
Yes.
you were saying some things should have been done. The governor had the powers. He should have asserted his power as governor.
Oh, yes.
However, there was a foreign interference from the FCT. The past governor was making it ungovernable for him.
He did not go there to say, hey, stop, don't move.
But he was indirectly bringing his people to make sure that place was ungovernable for Governor Fubara.
Well, they did not increase the number of members of the House of Assembly to vote him out.
Okay.
They did not bring in police, army to say, don't move, don't do. This is just ordinary what? Intellectual exercise. Oh yes, that everybody will know. There's no need
Are you saying that Governor Fubara was not intelligent enough to rule or to govern the state of Rivers?
He's politically very myopic. He's not experienced. Yes, because I mean, if it is true from what they said, level 13 officer, 230,000 a month, now is taken to where he can sign a check for $580 billion. How? What stops him going to meet Wike at the background and say, Oga, let's settle. It's okay. Then the other leader, but that notwithstanding, he did not follow the full interpretation of the law, because, like, for example, when the Supreme Court now gave the judgment, she was not coming out. You say, okay, we see what we can do. What can you do? There's nothing to be done. All you have to do, call them. Sit them down. Hey, my friends, we are back again together. Let's put in the judge. Don't forget that a similar thing happened with Amici, where he suspended the House of Assembly, suspended the judiciary, everything. Why? Because there was somebody who was having the influence of the North. Only this time around, he did not have the influence of the local men and women, the members of the House of Assembly. He thought perhaps with this, and people are saying, and I believe in it too, that the North were using Fubara to punish Wike for what? Supporting the coming in of President Tinubu.
Well, those are allegations.
Right. Of course, it's very easy. So, but then, even if you play politics, don't forget the ordinary man on the street. So that you interpret the law in such a way that they will not be left out, because come what may, one day you are going to face them. So what has happened now is that no matter what you say, the Constitution makes it clear, and the Supreme Court have decided, they said it, instead the way he burnt down the assembly, used 3 people to govern, and so on, that took, is now like a dictator. Law and order has broken down. And so if Tinubu now comes in, he's fulfilling, he's just trying to what? Move fast. Don't forget, last week, there was a statement credited to the former president, Obasanjo, that when he met Fubara, he told him, shut the assembly, shut the judiciary, this and that and that. That one is by the side. But when you look at it closely, we are human beings and we are at the helm of affairs. We know what is going on. Right, with what the Supreme Court has said, the best option was the president to move fast. Yet by invoking, they said 305, where the president of Nigeria has the veto power. So if the National Assembly will come in now, it's not to change the emergency, but to try to put in some kind of ways and means of achieving it. Don't forget Darie in the North.
It happened in Plateau State.
Yeah. Then there was this man who used to go and eat in the buka. It
also happened in Ekiti State.
Ekiti, the man who is in the buka.
Oh, okay. I don't know the man, but I know the former governor of Ekiti State. Ayodele
say. So, you can see that whichever way they go, they say Nigeria now is at a point of a renewed hope, where you cannot just sit down and expect God to come and help you. You have to come out. Fubara failed as a politician. Yes, that is where his problems. He did not understand that as a governor, you need to go to the people. You need to feel them. There was nothing wrong between him and Wike. The only thing Wike is saying, there must be a continuation of what we have been doing. Even if there's some kind of missing gaps, failures, we can still what? Because of the country, the people there.
All right. So now you are saying Fubara.
He has failed, at least as a governor, not as a politician.
Mr. President has moved fast.
Move fast.
He has created a state of emergency in Rivers State.
National Assembly cannot change that.
But was he right to suspend the governor of the state, an elected governor?
He did not. He suspended because of the state of what?
emergency.
Not a state of emergency, state of chaos. You see, we don't know the facts that the president has in his hands.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we don't know. But don't forget already, people are talking, we are going to blow the taps, the oil types here and there, and you cannot just sit there and watch as a president.
You hold those people responsible.
Agreed.
Many people have said worse than that. I remember that if a former presidential candidate who eventually turned to a president said, blood of baboons
Yeah.
will fill the street, and nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So when people say unguarded words in the country,
Yeah.
those people should be held responsible.
Yeah, but they were not in power. When these guys were talking, the governor ought to have come out and say, look, call a meeting, which the president did. He called the Pandem group, talked to them, hey, go home and talk to these people. We need peace. Yes. Please help us. They call Papa the Amayanabo of Brass. They called almost all the top men and spoke with them. Look, let me declare, there's no way the National Assembly will turn the emergency. All they can do is give some guidelines to the administrator. He's suspended. His power is not revoked. But for now, he's slumbering. Let him slumber. Let somebody come and put things right. Give the people the money they need. Let everybody feel good, because all those who want to go to the pipeline, because they didn't have money to eat, money to drink. Some have not paid for their children's school fees, their house rent. Some have been kicked out here, and there's those who want to go abroad. They are all hanging. So let's call a spade a spade. Let's read out emotions and sentiments. The time now is for us to look at the Constitution. The Supreme Court has said, just go back the case of Supreme Court turning the suspension of some members of this House of Assembly. Okay? What? Supreme Court, the National Assembly turned it and said, no, you cannot suspend them. Agreed. Right?
Yeah.
So, he went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, no, you cannot suspend them. That is the what? Apex court in this country. The National Assembly cannot turn what the Supreme Court has said. It is the executive that are now practicalized, yes, what the Supreme Court said. That, oh, there's law and order broken down in River State. So all they can do, like they did with those I have mentioned, is to suggest a better way, not to put more petrol into fire.
As we speak now, there's a meeting right now between the former presidential candidate of the PDP in the last election, Atiku Abubakar. We also have El Rufai, we have Tanko Yunusa representing Peter Obi, and other politicians right now holding a meeting to determine if the National Assembly would follow suit with what Mr. President declared in Rivers State, or if they could set an agenda for the National Assembly to rescind the suspension of Governor Fubara.
Yeah.
The meeting ends and they come out with a resolution, which we'll be getting later on. We'll get to, if it falls in the favor of reinstating Fubara as governor, based on their communique at the end of the meeting. Now, that would counter what Mr. President has done. Would that also influence the National Assembly, who would also be in plenary? They are in plenary as we speak, and debating the issue of the state of emergency in Rivers State. Well, what if all these things go against the decision of Mr. President? Will the President rescind his decision and tell the administrator to come back?
Put the meeting by Atiku, Peter Obi, El Rufai needs to be looked at it seriously, because even ever since the coming in of the presidency of President Tinubu, they have not been cooperating. In US, in Europe, When somebody wins, you congratulate them. Man of peace, good Lord Jonathan, congratulated Buhari immediately because he knew that the man has won. Yes, it doesn't matter whatever they said, but we believe that it is left for people to decide. Now, my begging is that Peter Obi should not join them because El-Rufai and Atiku, they are the same. They are the same who have made this country ungovernable because they believe that all of us must be Islamized, all of us must become Almajiris. If you look at them, where are their investments? All the money they have taken are going to, they believe that Nigeria is like a farm. So there's nothing they can say. They are not only that. Ex-Governor Mechi is there. We have all these former members of the PDP who have failed. And so whatever they are saying has nothing to do with the National Assembly. Our begging to the National Assembly is that they should not make a mistake. And the mistake that is to think they can what? Put the judgment of the Supreme Court aside. No, they can't put it aside. Supreme Court is supreme. If it's going to be evaluated, it is up to the legislators and the governor to appeal. But because they have been suspended by the veto power of the president, is there. That when it gets to this kind of point, the president must use his what? Veto power to make peace. He is the blessed one. He's not the president for Calabar, Ibadan, or Yaoundé, or here and there. He's giving. So whatever they are saying must not influence the members of the House of Assembly. Otherwise, they are looking for trouble. Why? It has never happened before in the history of this nation to support somebody who has been found physically, practically, physiological, psychological to be unfit to negotiate. A leadership is not based on sitting there. You must be a father. Face your enemy because you are the head. Listen to him. This is what has happened today. And we believe that with what we have escaped in terms of events happening in this country to create war, that one even a simple thing. Just like what happened in Oyo the other day, somebody burnt the Quran. Now even in the Ife, they say they cannot go out because of their beliefs, that they want to do Oro. Your belief, what belief? Are you not a Yoruba man? Imagine they want to do Okija in Igbo land. Somebody say no, praise the Lord. Hey, there'll be trouble. So
there'll be big trouble.
Big one.
All right, as a living perfect master, so that we'll round this off, what is your message for the people of Nigeria and the leaders of Nigeria?
The leaders should not be sycophantic. They want to go on the paper and say, oh, Nigeria, so amount was stolen. Oh, Nigeria. Oh, Nigeria. Then you see the country being driven more into abyss of confusion. I want to remind the leaders, and when I say leaders, in every home, in every church, in every mosque, in every road, in every school, the leaders should remember what the president of Russia said, that this is not the time to believe in what? Dogmas, theories, when it comes to spirituality. That until we go to that point, and that is what Donald Trump, President of America, repeated. He said, we are going to the golden age. This is not the time for same sex. Yes, gender should be man or woman. He says, look, America will not allow people coming in here to stay and steal and then go and kill. You don't want to accept. The same way Nigeria today has been the what? Food basket of the whole of the world, particularly the south of Nigeria, where civilization started. Old boy, go anywhere in the world, you see an Igbo man there. You see Yoruba man there. Very peaceful, hardworking. We have scientists, doctors, engineers. This is what they want to what? kill, and it cannot happen. So the warning must go to the northern elites, aristocrats, because they are the one who are making Nigeria ungovernable. Their time is up. They have turned Nigerians into beggars. If we are going to work together, the 3 legs of the stove will not what? Create trouble. We should beg them now. We should beg them. Because the way it is, we have had enough. We have suffered enough. My friends, look, see how they kill us in the West here. 1962. Then followed, Yorubas faced it. Now Igbos face it. Who are they? Are they exempted? Are they gods? God is love. God is peace. You enter my farm, destroy it. My daughter tells you, you shoot him. You are detained. You are taken to the police station and you get what? Allowed to walk home. That one cannot happen again. They should be careful now. I'm begging the Igbos and Yorubas to unite so that the northern aristocrats, whether they are Hausa or Fulani, will be able to sit up and say Nigeria is our home. We have to allow the laws to work. Yes, we want Nigeria to be free. Go to Igbo land, go to Yoruba land. You see houses here and there. But it's not happening. Let a little thing happen. They start to kill people. I remember when they said all Igbos must go. How do you identify Igbo man? From me. Why? Because education is far from them. And so they should be able to follow what the president has put down. The education front. They should allow free education. There's a matter going on now. One papa, a lecturer, a professor, his son got 300 or 290 something, sought for admission in Ahmed Bello. They did not give him admission. But one Hausa man who had 150 was given admission then. What does that mean? What does that? Is that one Nigeria? So we are telling them now. We are begging them now. The dogma they seem to be using to divide has no basis. I was once a Muslim, but now over the years I've come to find that Muhammad that they are talking about was dreaming when somebody came and spoke to him and he started. What are we going to religion for? Rites and rituals. Did we see God there? No. God is within each and every one of us. And that is what we are saying today. That the ordinary Alaibo, if you say Alaibo, I don't mean Igbo man only, Yoruba, Chekiri, Ga, Kwi, Mosi, we are all blacks up to the south of Africa. Our lives are being threatened by these few groups who claim that they have to rule from the north to the sea. What do you want to rule for? If you can do better, show it where you are. But if you go to the north, there's nothing. Nothing. Practically nothing. Local government allocations, you can't find what they have done with it. So we are begging the leaders to sit up. They should allow a breathing space. Let Nigeria work. Tinubu is there. He's not a governor or president of Southwest, Southeast, president of Nigeria. They should listen, otherwise, whatever happened, they should take it. Because, honey, hey, if you see light and you are calling it darkness, it's darkness you are going to what? Behold. Nigeria has a way out, and the way out is that there's somebody who says, look, I am the one that taught the Europeans how to make cars, how to make TVs and radios. He say, how? He say, I am inside you, not God. Now, Maharaji, call Maharaji, you will get an answer. It has been happening. My good friend, 1993, 16 August, I said, come what may, no war in Nigeria. That look, all the ammunitions they buy, I'm going to turn them into bread to share. And I'm still doing it up to today. Oh boy, why? I'm a black man. Why? Because this is where civilization started. Sadhguru Maharaj is back home here. So that is the message I want to give them. They should ask everybody to use the holy name. They should guru anybody worrying them. Guru them. You say, Guru, how? How do I guru him? Silently talk to Maharaji. I'm going to meet Oga. He has denied my position. I have not done anything. I have not been late. No kind of medical problem against me, health problems against me, but he's not giving me. Look, before I end, let me give you this one example. I have a mother who is a premi. He's a very top staff of the Amadu Dantata, or yes, there's one top politician. Yeah, Aminu Kano Hospital. Now, when it was time for promotion, they looked for her file. They couldn't find it. But because they know her, they just got a small sheet of paper, passed it around for everybody to make their recommendations. Now he went to meet the director of personnel. When he opened the door, hello, yes. Good morning, sir. The man just fell down. Okay, good morning, sir. He shouted. They came to rescue him. They took him to the hospital. 4 days later, they now asked that they should go and clean his office. Behind one of the curtains were a pile of files, where this mama's file was among. Now, if not for Maharaji, how would the mama get her file back? And there are so many people being punished. Papa, go to the hospital there. People are queuing up. Why? Is God not alive? He's alive, but his true name is Maharaji Oshejenia. So this Maharaji is the one that will hold Nigeria. And we are saying up till now, we are going to resolve our crisis. Nigeria will backstage to become what that giant that everybody is looking forward to, because we have the woman and material resources to achieve it.
All right, thank you for speaking. I hope I'll be able to see you some other time very, very, very soon.
Yes, I'll be glad to come.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thank you.
To all the members of your staff.
They will hear.
And let them know that I'm coming down with their birthday gift.
No problems. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Happy. Let us put the hands together in front of all creation. By my eyes, we put it up in front of creation. What an interesting interview and interaction with front of all creation. So educating by my eyes grace. Father Maharaji, we've technically come to the end of today's press interaction with front of creation. And this juncture, Father Maharaji, the next item is a good photograph with the press in front of all creation. Yeah.